Hi, I'm Sebastian Gibson, and this is my story. I have two parents, and my mom and my dad both immigrated from Monrovia, Liberia to Atlanta, Georgia, and had 4 kids, me, my sister, and my 2 brothers. In 2004, my dad was tragically killed in a police brutality case, and that really shaped and really began the story of my journey and the story of my life. That story begins and I think is really marked by the word guilt. I carried the guilt of my dad's death on me for many, many years. I even learned a little bit later that some of his really close family blamed me for his death, which was, I don't have words for it. It's just something that really broke me and hurt me, and for as young as I was, to carry that around was absolutely painful. So that was a journey up until, I would say, end of middle school, when I started to feel that there was something different about me. I knew that I had this attraction to guys that I knew that weren't normal, but it wasn't something that I gave much thought to anymore. Until sophomore year of high school, I learned exactly what it was, and I learned that was a same-sex attraction. All this time, my whole life, I was heavily involved in the church. My mom went to church every single Sunday, and we were behind her every single Sunday as well. And so I knew exactly what the church said about homosexuality. I knew exactly what my house said about homosexuality, and I knew exactly what people around me said about homosexuality. And so for me, I just had to make this decision. Whether that decision was I going to choose my faith, or was I going to choose my sexuality? As a sophomore, beginning junior year of high school, I chose this journey of faith. So this journey of faith followed me all the way through most of college, actually, where I was heavily involved in church, heavily involved in extracurricular activities that had to do with the church, and every day just hoping that this sexuality issue that I had, the same-sex attraction issue that I had, would be no more. Praying to Jesus on my knees, on my face, with tears in my eyes, Sunday after Sunday, Wednesday after Wednesday, Thursday after Thursday, that he would take this away from me. I hit a crossroad. I carried this burden of being gay, but no one knowing. And so I needed someone to know Sebastian for who he was. And for so long, that was the biggest fear of mine, that I would be completely known, yet completely rejected. And so I met up with this fear of mine, and I told the first person, which was my aunt, my dad's sister. She called me and she wanted to talk, and I couldn't focus on the conversation. And I remember with just tears in my eyes, and lots and lots and lots and lots of tears, I was able to finally get out the words that, I'm gay. Another part of my story that will forever be marked is the words that followed after that. And those words were, I'm sorry that you've been carrying this for so long. I love you for who you are. For the first time in my life, I was completely known. And that took me through college. I came back here to Atlanta. I then started in a church fiend. I went to church, I felt like, every single day of the week, knowing that this was something that I could get rid of. One person knew, but I wasn't going to tell anyone else. I was determined that this was something that I could beat. This was something that I could cure. This is something that I could absolutely face. And I learned just after doing that for so long that it became more and more exhausting. And so I had this brilliant idea that I was going to go to a city where no one knew who I was, that I could be exactly who I am, and not be judged because no one knew me from anywhere. And so I packed my belongings and I moved to Nashville. And the goal of Nashville was I would move to a city that no one knew my name, no one knew my story. I could start this brand new story and I could be completely loved. Well, I got to Nashville, and the first thing that I get plugged into is a church. And so I ended up going back into the closet. And that lasted for about 6 months, and I finally made a decision that I was going to come out of this closet. And so I made a list of about 15 people. Those are my safe people. Those are people that I felt like this idea of me being gay, they should know that before anyone else does. And so I called all 15 of those people. Some of those were couples, and with courage in my heart, with a bunch of tears in my eyes, I was able to get out that, I was gay. And I felt this sense of relief in every single person on the other side of that phone. Had the same love, had the same compassion. My parents included, my mom included, and my siblings included. So I packed up in Nashville, I came back home to Atlanta, and began this journey to find community. As I knew that community would be the best church for me. And as I find myself in this season of life today, that truth holds more true than it ever has, that community is the church. Community begins to be the hands and the feet of Jesus. And for me, my community is exactly that, and continues to be that for me every single day.